Hello viewers, welcome back. This is part 2 of our session on magic of F12 configuration in Tally Prime related to the master configuration. So in the master creation screen, what are the F12 configurations that you can enable? And we in the last session, we understood a couple of options that are available in the F12 configuration. So we will continue with the other options. Now, these are, like I mentioned in my previous session, these are the basic configuration that are enabled by default in Tally Prime when you create a company for the first time on your system. We will continue with the other options. Okay. So we saw up to use inventory allocation for ledger. We have made this as yes, and then we understood. Now what we will do is we will see this option. Okay, very interesting option. So we will see this option in we will see this option, and we will also see the impact of making this option and how it is going to help in recording your transaction in your organization. Now, for you to understand little more in depth, if you can see my video on magic of Tally, where group creation part 3 is the session where I have discussed about the appropriation method, how and why the appropriation method are used by different organization. So I've given a detailed explanation. So you can actually, I've uploaded this on the screen on top. So you can click on that eye icon. So you can, in case you want to know more detail about the concept of appropriation in the purchase account, you can actually go there and then you can click on that video. Okay. So quickly, so the option here is select appropriation method to allocate additional cost, which you are going to appropriate in the invoice mode. Now, quickly, see appropriation. My previous video, I've discussed about the two school of thought on the appropriation. Right. I hope that people who have not seen that will go and look into it. So here, basically, the appropriation is whatever is the additional cost that you are involving on your procurement or on your purchases, all those say normally all those direct expenses you would want to add to the cost of your inventory, right? So that you will know exactly the total cost of goods, right? So if you want to appropriate, in that case, if you enable this option, select appropriation method to allocate additional cost in the purchase invoice. So you will get an additional configuration in the master screen. We will see now where you can configure what is the mode or method of appropriation that you want. And by doing that, what Tally will do, whatever value that you are going to capture in that particular ledger, that value will automatically get appropriated to the stock item. And the stock item, now the closing stock value or the stock available, the cost of that stock which is available now will have your basic cost plus the additional cost gets appropriated. So that is what is this option. So if you want to do this, you can enable this option, create the relevant master, and you can pass those transactions to get the intended effect that you are looking for. Okay. Now, important aspect that you have to remember is that what you are doing is that you are now adding the cost of this additional expenses to the cost of your inventory. So though you are selecting this ledger which you are configuring for appropriating in the purchase invoice, the accounting value of that particular invoice will not be captured. So that entire value gets allocated to your inventory. So let's see this example. So first, let us enable this option. So let's come to F12 configuration. So this is where we have this option, select appropriation method in the purchase invoice. So we are going to select this option and we are going to make this option as yes. Okay. So I'm going to come here. Okay. Click here and then say, I want this as yes. Okay. Control A. And let us say that I want to create a ledger called freight charges. So all the freight charges that I'm incurring on my inward supply or on my purchases, I want to appropriate to those inventory values. Okay. So freight charges, enter. Okay, so I'm going to put this under direct expenses, right? Direct expenses, and no bill-wise detail, no inventory values are affected. Okay, now here is where you have this option. Then now you have two options. Okay, we will discuss about both this option. So first, it is asking you the ledger that you have created, is it an invoice rounding ledger? Okay, so what is invoice rounding? We will discuss. So you say, no, it's not an invoice rounding ledger. Okay. Now, so this ledger, because we have enabled this option in F12, okay, so we are getting this option where it asks you, what is the method of appropriation in purchase invoice you want to configure? So whether you want to appropriate by quantity or whether you want to appropriate by value. Again, the video on top, you will see I've explained about what is the impact on appropriating on quantity, how does it appropriate on quantity, and also how does it appropriate on value. Okay. So let us say that you want to appropriate this on value. Okay. So you now create this, you have created this ledger. So what we are going to do now is you will go to voucher entry, right? And you will now okay, the date is fine. I'm going to make a purchase entry. Okay, enter. Okay, supplier invoice numbers 125. Dated is 10th January. I am buying from Advai Enterprises. Control A, Control A. My purchase ledger. What is the item I am buying? So I will take an item where you don't have stock so that we will see the impact of that. Okay, so I'm buying an item called HP monitor 21 inches. Okay, I am buying one number which is say 20,000. Okay, then I am buying another item which is monitor 32 inches. I am buying one number which is say 30,000. Okay, enter. So this is my basic cost of my inventory. Now I have incurred, okay, say 1,000 rupees I have incurred as freight expenses to get this material to my showroom, right? So now I'm going to select the freight charges, which probably my supplier also would have charged on his purchase invoice. So I'm selecting my freight charges. I'm going to enter 1,000 rupees, right? So now what did we do? We said that this 1,000 rupees, I don't want this value to be captured as part of my accounting reporting value. I'm asking Tally to take this amount of 1,000 rupees and appropriate between my stock item based on the value of the stock item. So basically it is going to now take 1,000, it is going to divide by 50,000, and then it is going to multiply 20,000, and 20,000 plus whatever is the cost of this, right? So 4 plus 6, so 400 and 600 you will get, right? So your cost should become 20,400 and 30,600. right? So let us see how the this configuration helps you to achieve your uh, organizational objective. This is what in your organization you want to capture the value, right? So I'm going to enter this, accept, right? So now let's go to, let me just say page up. So HP monitor you have purchased. Okay, so let's go back. We could have actually gone through go to also, not an issue. Stock summary. Okay, monitors, HP monitors, right? See here, HP monitor 21. Okay, so your basic cost was 20,000. 1,000 rupees was incurred towards freight charges. So 400 out of, so it is getting appropriated based on your value. So 20,400 is your effective cost, and on 32 inches your effective cost is 30,600. So this extra 1,000 is got appropriated to the cost of your item. Okay, so come here, it is going to show this full value including the appropriated value. And when you go into the ledger, you will see this ledger having 1,000 rupees being selected, but it is already, this 1,000 is already being impacted as part of your uh, inventory, right? So now when I come to my viewing of my ledger, so let's say I go to Alt G and then I'll say ledger vouchers, enter, and I'm going to say freight charges, enter, and no values are getting captured in your accounting records or in your accounting books. Okay, so just for your benefit, Alt F2. Okay, from April to January. So right from day 1 to the last day of your voucher, though we have passed this entry on 10th of January, the value of 1,000 on the freight charge will not get captured here. Similarly, you see your profit and loss account. Okay, you go to your profit and loss account. Okay, change view, I want to see horizontal, right? So my direct expenses, though I have created my freight charges under my direct expenses, the value is not getting captured here. Why? Because it is included as part of my cost of my goods. So that is the option, which is okay. So this option is what is the impact of the current transaction that we have seen. Okay. Okay. Now the other options are very simple, and mostly they are related to the your party account, that is your sundry debtors, sundry creditors, and other accounts. Okay. So so one is here. If you see here, there is this option show state before reorganization of. So there is some change that has happened in case of Dadar Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. Okay, so I have honestly no knowledge on what changes that has happened, but then you will see the configuration change here. So what is the configuration change? Let us see in Tally what configuration change it brings. And I'm sure people in Daman, Diu and Dadar Nagar Haveli will know what is the impact that has happened, right? So source state before reorganization. So some reorganization has taken place. So do you want to see the state before reorganization, or do you want to see the state after reorganization? So currently I'm saying, no, don't show me before reorganization, show me the current one. So let us see what happens when I'm going to select the current one. Okay, so let's go to Tally. So I am going to now create a master, right? I can create from here. I can say Alt G, right? I can say create master, right? So I want to create ledger. Let's say I'm creating a customer account. Okay, so under sundry debtors. Okay, right now I don't have the additional information. That is, I don't have additional information of the uh, party detail, where I want to provide, various where will I capture the state and the other thing, right? So for that, what you do is, again, remember, you come to your F12 configuration, and in the party detail, you see this provide mailing detail is there. this option is set as no. Okay, so that is why you are not getting the uh, party detail, right? So let's make this option as yes. Make this as yes. I'm going to say Control A, and now you are getting this mailing detail, right? So now the state. Okay, so we are saying don't show me prior to uh, before reorganization. Okay, I don't want, yeah, I don't want to see before reorganization, right? So let us see what happens. So I'm going to select the state here. So now this Dadar, Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu is there, right? So it is now just taking by country, automatically it is taking, and pin code, you enter your pin code. Okay, now let's come back, and then let's come back. I press F12, and then I'm going to say I want to I'm asking Tally to show before reorganization. Then we will see what is the change that is happening. Okay, so I come here. Now I'm going to select Dadar, Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, right? So now earlier, okay, so you see Dadar, Nagar Haveli was a different union territory, Daman and Diu was a different union territory. Later on, it got combined, right? So now if you are selecting this as the current name, before reorganization, you have to select whether it is part of Dadar Nagar Haveli or as Daman and Diu. That's the change that you will get in this particular option, show state before reorganization, right? So now the next option is, the other rest of them are quite simple, right? So provide mailing detail. So we enabled this mailing detail now, and we got on the right hand side, we got the mailing information, right? So this information, right? So this whole information is my the mailing information. This whole thing is my mailing information that I'm going to get by enabling the mailing detail, right? So if you see here, one is that it is asking you to provide detail for the party account, right? So we made this as yes. Okay, and we are getting the detail where you can capture all the information related to the party, state, country, and all those things, right? So if you want the mailing detail to be provided for income and expenditure account also, right? So for whatever reason, if you feel that you need to capture the the mailing detail for your income and expenditure account also, if you are going to make this as yes, so let's do this. So this mailing detail, I'm going to get this for my party account, right? So F12, party detail, provide mailing detail for income and expenses account. It is currently no, right? So what happens? Let us see. So now I'm going to type some expenses account. Let us say I'm going to put under indirect expenses. Okay, just observe my cursor. I'm going to press slowly, enter. Okay, we know this, we know this, we know this. So I can say I don't want to appropriate this. So if you say not applicable, that appropriation is not going to happen. Now, if you notice your cursor, the moment you enter not applicable here, the moment you enter not applicable here, you will notice that the cursor is now going to come to this opening balance column. Okay, so it's going to come to your opening balance column. Okay, that is what you're going to observe now. So I'm going to press not applicable here, enter, and you will notice here the cursor is directly come here. It is not taking to the mailing information. Why is it not taking to the mailing information? Because we did not enable for income and expenditure account also. If you enable this to yes, then Tally will allow, the cursor will go there and it will allow you to capture the detail for whatever reason you want to capture. You can capture that information there, right? So next option, Okay, next option, quickly we will see the next option also, right? So the next option is provide contact details, right? So if you make this as yes, you will get additional information, the contact detail of that particular ledger. So here, what we are doing is, so this is actually, I mean, like this, we saw that this is, jumping, it's not allowing going there. So let's just do one thing. I now just say F12 configuration, and I will now say provide uh, mailing detail for income and expenses also. I'm going to make this as yes, control A. Now when I press here, you see here, it brings you to the mailing detail because you have made this as yes. Now, additional, so provide contact detail. Now here, what is the contact detail? Maybe I want to capture the concerned person's name. I want to capture the email ID. I want to capture the mobile number. Okay, so various options I want to capture. So how can I capture? So that is where you are going to use your secret number 2, which is your F12 configuration. So you press your F12 configuration. Let's come back here. Okay, and then let's change it to customer. So customer we have already created. Let's say I will say customer 1. Okay, so under sundry debtors. Okay, enter. Okay, so by default it is going to be bill wise detail. Yes, I'm going to press F12 here, and now I'm going to say provide contact detail. I'm going to say yes, provide contact detail, control A, right? And so we have this name of the ledger, address, state, country. Okay, mobile number has come. Okay, provide contact detail. When you make this, when you enable this, you can capture all this information in the contact detail. Now this is what, if you remember in our previous session on billwise detail, I had mentioned that once you capture all the relevant information, especially the contact detail and other thing, when you go and view the outstanding statement of this particular party, if there are any bill which is overdue, you want to immediately contact this person. So we saw that on the right hand side there is a button called contact information. Click on that. Whatever information that you are capturing here is what will get displayed in that particular screen. So for you to get that information, you will enable provide contact details in F12 configuration. And when you're creating the ledger master, you will have this additional field where you can go and capture the contact person name, phone number, fax, email ID, and if in case you want to have any CC to be automatically selected for this thing. So again, the moment you specify the email ID and CC, if any, when you are mailing. So again, in Tally, we have this option where you can directly mail. We can configure mailing in Tally itself. Okay. So again, we will see that as an additional session independently. So once you configure mailing from Tally, any report, you can just mail it. The moment you select the mailing, you will get the list of all this party and the email ID. Just select this and then you can mail it. So every time you don't have to enter the mail ID in the mailing configuration box in Tally. So that also automatically will get listed, like your list of accounts, like your list of cost center, like your list of inventory. You will get the list of email ID also in the mailing configuration screen. Okay, so you can capture all this information. That is what is your option of provide contact details, right? So the next option, what is the next option we have? The next option that we have is provide bank detail. Okay, now this bank detail, once you enable, let us see what happens, right? So let's come here and then you say enable bank detail. I'm going to say yes, control A, right? So now if you see here, you have this new option which Tally brings. So this is the new option that you get. Okay, so provide bank detail. This is the option that you're going to get here. And so let's see, once you enable this, let us see what information it allows you to capture. So this again is related to your banking module. I'll come to that. Let's come here. Okay, so I'm going to say provide bank detail, right? So here you can specify, right? So you can say whether you are going to transaction, what kind of transaction by default you're going to have with this particular party, whether you're going to do check or you're going to do e-fund transfer, right? Or you want to do others. Now again, here you see Tally says show more, so you click here show more. So all the other options are there. Normally for party you will not have ATM, another thing, right? So the other options are there. So by doing this, what happens, when we come to banking module, we will see how this option, when you are configuring in the party account, what impact or what is the effect of this configuration. We will definitely relate it, or I will cover this when we do our banking module, right? So this is the banking information. It's very simple. Transaction type, what is the default transaction type that you will have with this particular party, right? So I'm going to now press, so this is your provide bank detail. Okay, now one other information which I just missed out is I did not discuss about this option, provide opening balance for ledgers, right? So this again by default it will be yes. Okay, so if you don't want to enter any opening balance, then you can disable this, right? So what is the example? Let us say I am starting a new company, right? And in the current financial year, I'm just starting the new company, which means I have no carryover balance of my balance sheet values, right? So now see all this configuration, it helps the Tally user to ensure that the person who is going to capture data, who is not aware of these accounting principles and the accounting practices, unnecessarily you don't want to have that particular field, so that the person is going to go and enter there, and then it is going to basically like have an impact, adverse impact on your financial statement. So let's say I'm starting this company fresh. So I'm going to now create all these ledgers. Any ledger that I'm going to create, because this is my new company, any ledger that I'm going to create, I'm not going to have any opening balance, right? So I don't want that field to appear, so that nobody goes and fill by mistake, goes and fills up that value there. Okay. So first let us see what is this opening balance. Again, we have covered this in our bill-wise detail, where we were talking about how you can break up your bill and enter your previous outstanding of the previous financial year. If you have maintained in a different system, how you can incorporate that in Tally with your opening balance. So that's basically is your opening balance. So let us quickly see in Tally. Now, this is what is the opening balance that you are seeing here. Okay. So this field that you are seeing here is the opening balance field. Okay. So if you are from the new financial, let's say you are going to start capturing your accounts information in Tally of your existing company, whatever cutoff date, it need not have to be a new financial year, whatever is the cutoff date, you want to bring in all those balances in the current and then continue, so you can enter the opening balance. So if you are transitioning from manual system or from any other software to Tally in between the financial year, normally you draw a trial balance, where the trial balance will have balances of all your revenue and non-revenue, which means basically your balance sheet ledger values and your profit and loss account ledger values. You will, when you now start entering on a cutoff date within the financial year, you will go and enter all the closing balance of the previous day as the opening balance for the current period onwards, or from the current date onwards for the current financial year. You can enter that opening balance here. So that is what is your opening balance. So the example that I gave you is I'm starting the company new. So I have no ledger where there is opening balance, and I don't want unnecessarily. Now, what happens is here, if you see the cursor, when you are creating this master, the cursor is going to go there, right? So the cursor is going to take you there, and you can enter the value. Now, when you enter the value, it is going to have an impact. So your trial balance is not going to match. Okay. So I don't want this opening balance to be there as a. So that is where your F12 configuration is going to help you enable, disable. Okay. So I'm going to say F12 configuration and provide opening balance for ledger. I'm going to say, no, don't give me opening balance for ledger. And you will now notice that there is no field here for your opening balance. So any ledger that you're going to create, once you disable this option, you have no field where you can capture opening balance. Okay, fine. So this today's session, we will complete with understanding of these configuration, and in the next session, we will cover the bank detail. Okay, so it's a brief thing we will cover in the bank detail, because this we will be discussing in greater detail when we are doing the banking module, right? And also we will go to the next level of additional configuration. What is the next level of additional configuration? And in the next level of additional configuration, what are the other configurations that are available for you to leverage on this configuration for better management of your company's financial and inventory information? Okay, so thank you all once again for staying till the end. See you all in the next session. Thank you very much.